ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you to today's edition of Radio Free Decipher.
That was quite the intro there, Dan.
Thank you.
He's not used to doing the intro, Kyle.
I guess not. Well, that was Dan Bojanowski.
Yeah,
and,
in case you hadn't noticed.
Yeah, and I'm Kyle. He's Evan, and this is Radio Free. And Dan is our special guest host today.
Yeah.
Welcome. We got so much stuff lined up today, so we're just going to jump straight into it.
Right into it.
First up, DecipherCon.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, it's like too quickly. In a way.
Dan, you've had your head pretty much buried in your computer for quite a while now.
Right.
Working on Excel spreadsheets and all kinds of stuff, putting the schedule together for what we all love to call DecipherCon. So tell us a little bit about it, what's going on there, and some of the cool events that we're going to see.
Yeah, well, DecipherCon, for all those who have never been there, is a celebration of Decipher's games. Not only is it the World Championships, which is obviously the marquee event for both Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Star Trek, Austin Powers, Young Jedi, Jedi Knight, all of them we're having the World Championships for. But in addition, there are tons of other events, tournaments, seminars, parties, trivia, blah, blah, lots of things to do.
Blah, blah.
Blah, blah being a good thing in that context.
Yes.
Blah, blah is in so much you can't wrap your brain around it.
Right. I've had a lot of people talking to me or who are new to Decipher who are just kind of like, well, what happens if I don't make day 2 of the World Championships? Well, that's kind of a good thing because
in fact, it's a great thing.
You get to play in pre-releases for Two Towers. You get to play in fellowship drafts and all sorts of fun events.
And the stress is over.
Yeah. You get the rest of the days to have fun playing some games.
Also on day 3, you'll get to of the World. You'll get to watch that because we broadcast that in a sort of closed circuit television-y kind of way.
Yep, with commentators and all that good stuff.
Yes.
No, Dan,
I've never heard the commentating on those things because I'm always in the room.
It's pretty good. Joe's done it a couple times.
Yep.
It's usually has been, I think, maybe Joe and Mark Tuttle.
Yep.
Anyways, you touched on Booster Draft recently. We recently announced that we're going to be doing Booster Draft products for both Fellowship of the Ring and Two Towers.
This is a very, very cool new thing.
Yeah, you're going to say we have Fellowship Draft at DecipherCon.
Yes,
is that right?
Like every day, all day. Basically, the drafting. For those who are not familiar with draft, we released it kind of using starter decks, but we actually have a product now that is going to be usable in draft. You buy a draft pack, which is kind of an uber pack. It contains more cards than a typical booster pack.
And it's like 29 cards.
Yeah.
But it also contains no uncommons.
It's like 1 rare and X. It's 28 commons or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I think actually they're putting one of the premium starter deck Gandalf or Aragorn in them.
Okay.
The bottom line is you would never be able to finish a collection buying only draft packs,
Correct.
but because they are specifically suited for playing with the cards that come in them.
Basically, the draft is set up. You buy a draft pack and 3 boosters from the Fellowship block for the Fellowship draft, and bring Frodo, a ring, and 9 sites from the Fellowship block for that one, and then you're ready to go. And you can sit down with 7 other folks or any number of other players and just draft.
Right.
And it's much more suited than sealed deck play, and it's fun. Just a great environment.
Yes.
And at DecipherCon, we'll be premiering that, and we'll be going basically. The draft tournament will take approximately 3 hours, and they're starting at 10 a.m., from 10 to 1, from 1 to 4, from 4 to 7, from 7 to 10, from 10 to 1. They're going all day, any day. So pretty much.
And these are kind of pre-release events as well, because
this
is the first time the draft pack will be available.
Yep.
From what I understand, it might be available before DecipherCon, but
really,
but
would be
I think
an
if it is,
little bit
it
of
would
work
be like,
from our warehouse.
I think if it is before, it might be like the day before.
Okay.
Right. Well. But either way, it's going to be a new format for us.
Okay.
And we're really looking to push that and really looking to get people excited about it because we think it's got a great future, especially as the Two Towers one will come out shortly after that. And
I know the design guys upstairs built a whole bunch of mock draft packs, and we were all up there just for days playing with them.
We did get to
let's draft again.
Let's draft again.
Let's draft.
Yeah, it's an enhanced flavor of a sealed deck event. It's very cool.
Sometimes we didn't even have time to actually play the games with them.
You just like to draft.
Drafting was fun.
Dude, my deck would so win.
And even, they weren't even real cards. They were like pieces of paper. We're like, yeah, I got this one. It's just fun. So imagine how cool it'll be if you get real cards and you actually get to play with them. So we're really excited about that.
So those are going to be good.
Well, as you were saying, we were just drafting and not really playing because we didn't necessarily have all the time to play, but we needed to draft to see if we would all get viable decks and things like that.
Was crucial.
To work out the matrix of the...
Right. Yeah, sometimes with previous sealed deck attempts, you would get not enough minions or not enough companions or whatever.
Right.
But, with this product, it should even it out and give you more of what you need to build an appropriate deck. So.
That is excellent.
What other kind of events we have going on there?
Well, at DecipherCon, we have, like I said, 2 Towers pre-releases.
Those are going to be good.
Yeah, that'll be good. We have...
I know the Worlds Apart guys are going to be there as well, showing off like the... I don't know if they're going to be previewing the Lord of the Rings online game, but I know that they're going to have like maybe some screenshots.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to have a seminar or 2 talking about the direction they're headed and all that good stuff. But they will be there if you want to ask them questions or give them some hints at what you'd like to see in the game.
Very cool.
As far as other things we got going on, we got costume tournaments. We got
I've got my sword.
One I'm kind of excited about is the Secrets of the Shire tournament for Lord of the Rings.
I've heard about these.
For those who played in the first League kit, there was a thing called the Secrets of the Shire game, which was a game you couldn't talk in.
Right.
You just played a game and used your arms and motioned with your head or whatever. Just you couldn't talk. This is going to be a whole tournament where you can't talk. None of the players can, and there's a penalty. The penalty is to add or remove 1 pool for every word spoken during the gameplay, and it's your opponent's choice. So if you're in the shadow phase and you got nothing else to spend the pool on, you can just say a few words and remove it.
Okay. Can I ask the first FAQ on this one?
Sure.
What happens if they have a rules question?
Learn some sign language.
Yeah, this is great. You would want to run this tournament because nobody can bother you with rules questions. That would be excellent.
Let's cross that bridge when we come to it.
All
One
right.
thing to note, and I've had to answer a couple questions in the message boards, that these tournaments that we do at DecipherCon are a little bit wacky, a little bit off the wall, and they're not officially sanctioned.
Yeah, they won't count in your rating.
No,
they do.
They do, but they're not sanctioned for. They're not like tournament for.
They're only Decipher sanctioned.
Yes, these are all.
You can't run one of these.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
Yes, people are saying.
No, they can run one. It's just not sanctioned.
Not sanctioned.
Right. People were saying this isn't too balanced, but it's DecipherCon. Let's have some fun.
Yes. Excellent. It's DecipherCon.
There's some charity events. Every time a card hits a discard pile, it goes into a box, and at the end of the tournament, we give all the cards to charity in the box. We've got a Chase the Ring tournament. We've got junior championships, female championships, team tournaments,
awesome.
All sorts of fun stuff.
Wait a minute, the charity tournament, is that sort of like the Iron Man?
It's kind of like Iron Man, but to be honest with you, I kind of had an issue with that. Of ripping up our cards, it's like it's fun and it's cool, but we could be doing something constructive with these cards, giving them to children who can learn the games, have fun with them. Let's do something constructive instead of ripping them up.
All right, I'm going to break out the FAQ again. What if a companion goes to the dead pile, not the discard pile?
Okay, I'm going to say that goes in the box as well.
Okay, the box.
That's ruling number 1 right there.
Oh, you troublemaker, Kyle.
And I've read off a bunch of Lord of the Rings ones, but we also have like Klingon Challenge, or which one do we have? Yeah, Klingon Warlord scenario for Trek.
Right.
We're doing reflections, sealed decks, and all sorts of goofy stuff.
Excellent.
So come on out.
This event is going to be so cool. It's going to be Airwolf, man.
It is going to be Airwolf. Very Airwolf.
All right.
Right.
Let's talk about the new League kit that we got going on.
Yes, we're all excited about it.
To change topics a little bit.
Okay.
Off of DecipherCon now, onto the League kit.
Which still involves Mr. Dan Bojanowski.
Yes.
All right.
We're getting a 2-for-1 out of you today.
All right.
Well, this is something that I've been working on for quite a while now, actually.
And Ed Garten. Got to give some props to Ed Garten.
Ed has done a great job.
Ed is in our art department, for those of you who don't know.
Most of you would not know Ed because he doesn't attend to conventions and whatnot, but he does a great job, very committed, good at all the art stuff.
Very eloquent.
Very eloquent.
Shut it.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Anyways, the Race to Mount Doom is our next league kit. And it's a long-term league program. This first one we're putting out is based on the 2 Towers. It's a 2 Towers version.
Okay.
But this program is going to be successful, and it's going to be a long-lasting one. So we will come out with a Return of the King version and then probably a Fellowship version
Excellent.
in year 4 or something like that. But the basic gist of it is I got some feedback on the first League kit, and there were some things that were good about it and some things that could have used improvement, and I tried to take that all into account with this new one. It's a more tournament-like environment. Players get together once a week to play some games. Just play 2 games a night, get them in, get them out quick.
Okay.
And for every game they play, they advance along a race path towards Mount Doom. They journey through Middle Earth, what have you, on this big wall map that's on the wall, so you can track your progress.
So they're going to have like the little golden star up there on the wall map to indicate their progress down this.
Whatever your marker is.
Kind of. But anyways, the wall map it has pictures of it that looks like you're traveling along, just like in the game. You go towards the end,
right.
Site 9. But as you're moving, stuff affects you. There's the eloquence against stuff.
There will be conditions that the path puts on the games you play.
There it is. And
all right.
These conditions are a little bit off the wall. They're not. I passed them through the TCG studio, but they're not cards that they would ever make, really. We did play test them, but they're cards that are a little bit strong.
Yeah, they were actually pretty thoroughly play tested, but yeah.
Like here's one of them for you.
This is a spoiler.
Ooh, a spoiler.
All right.
Like the site number 1 on the first race path says you may begin. Your starting companions may have a twilight of 6 instead of 4. So you can. The possibilities.
Right.
Dude, that's really good with like some of the new cards.
Aragorn and Greenleaf, or
right.
Yeah.
But then you win a game. But then you win one game, correct? And then you advance to site 2.
No, it's like if you win 2 games, you advance to the next site. But depending if you win or lose. But
all right.
When you advance, like site 2 is also really strong. It says.
But it's not that. It's something else. It doesn't accumulate.
Right. And here's site 2.
Oh, all right.
At the start of each of your fellowship phases, you may search your draw deck and take any one card into hand.
Oh!
Holy really strong,
okay.
Really cool, but it affects you at the earlier sites. But the point here is, at the early sites, when you're just starting out the race or if you're behind in the race, you get these really cool benefits, the things that will speed you along, make your game fun and interesting. As you progress, things get a little more difficult.
Okay.
You get some site text that will be a hindrance to you or make your game a little bit more challenging, such as your weapons lose all damage bonuses. Or
is there one that says something like your minions are always roaming?
Your opponent's minions are never roaming.
Oh.
Site 2 can be icky. So there's anyways lots of cool text. And anyways, the beauty of this whole League program is that it's reusable. We give you this wall mat that has these little site texts on it.
Right.
But those are on static clings. And you go through and place them on there in a suggested format, and then after your race, you can go through it again, rearranging them. We give you enough for 2 races, so you can rearrange them. And actually, we give you 18 of these site texts, which means for unlimited number of races.
Right.
But you can also write on the wall mat. It's UV coded and it's erasable. So you can make up your own game text, because everyone knows
everybody's a game designer. Okay.
So you can come up with your own that's suitable to your own metagame.
Okay.
And to make the race fresh and exciting every time.
So now a retailer, I'm assuming, would buy one of these League kits and then run it in their store, like maybe once a week, like on Wednesday or whatever. They have everyone come in.
The race takes approximately 8 to 10 weeks to complete. And they're available to product champions, retailers, and through normal distribution methods. And there's that. And another cool thing is the home version. The home kit.
version.
You can play the Race to Mount Doom home game?
The home game.
This is like Jeopardy. I get to play at home.
You can play at home. This is something that's going to be available to everyone, available through the normal distribution methods or directly through the Decipher online store.
Okay.
It's going to be cheaper. It's going to cost you $15 for this, and it includes the wall mat, a smaller size, a condensed version, but still has the static clings, the erasable UV coating, all that. And it's just for you to do at home. You and your buddies can get together weekly and do this at home. One really cool thing, I don't think we've mentioned this anywhere yet, that we've added to these kits, to all of them, the base kit, the expansion kit, and the home kit, are Eowyn and Faramir foil promos.
Foil promos?
Yes.
These would be foil versions of the cards that have thus far appeared?
Yes, the AI ones that were used as convention and retail programs, promotions. we are foiling them and including them in every kit.
Excellent.
So dude, there is almost too much value.
There's too much. The home kit for $15, you're guaranteed both of those foils, and you can have a good time with your friends for many months.
That's gonna make playtesting just so much fun, because not only are you just playtesting your decks with your buds, but you're also like, kind of moving down the adventure path.
Yeah, I mean the cool thing about the home game that I'm looking forward to is you can do it as it's prescribed, as once a week or whatever, and get together, or you can have like a marathon and like get together for a weekend. Right. Like if we were doing a world record.
If you were trying to break the record,
you could just go through and like do like the whole race end to end. It's supposed to take like 6 weeks, but you can do it in a weekend. Just get a good marathon going.
This sounds very cool.
It's very fun.
All right.
I'm really looking forward to it, and there's great art involved as well. So.
Excellent.
Yeah, coming soon to a retailer near you.
Wow. Okay, so we got DecipherCon.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I am
one more thing.
Can we run one of those here in the office?
Yeah, we can. One more thing. In the base kit and the expansion kit, which is for more prizes for the league, there is included 3 culture pins. Now these things are really cool. The culture symbols that you see in the corners of your cards. We replicated some of those in like gold, silver, and antique copper culture pins. The winner of the race gets a gold, ring wraith pin or whatever the particular pins are that are included in the kit.
Okay.
So these are sure to be a hit with all the players. You'll want to collect them all.
And those are only available in the retailer ones?
Yes.
Or the retailer or product champion one?
Yes, correct.
Does every kit have the same 3 pins?
Here's how that works. The base kit contains, the first batch of base kits will contain the ring wraith pin. It'll contain 3 of them, a gold, a silver, and a copper.
All ring wraith symbols.
All ring wraith.
Okay.
And then the expansion kits, we're producing 2 other ones at this time. The Elven symbol and the Moria symbol, I believe. So those are the first 3 that we're putting out there.
Okay.
When you order the expansion, you don't know which one you'll get, so you could get one, could get the other.
Right.
But once we run out of those 2, we'll reprint using different symbols. So we'll eventually progress through all the symbols, hopefully.
Very cool.
So we're really looking forward to this program.
I love this, man.
Wow.
This is sweet.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Dan, you are so running one of these in the office, man.
All right.
All right.
Race to Mount Doom, that is.
Okay, cool.
Well, thanks very much, Dan. Lots of good info there from you.
All right.
So we'll talk to you soon. We're going to get to some other items, so we'll let you get back to all the busy things that you got going on.
See you at DecipherCon.
Woohoo.
All right. We do have a Lord of the Rings spoiler from the Two Towers coming up, but we figured we would just, insert into our little Lord of the Rings medley some information about the second edition of Star Trek, because I know you have patiently been impatiently tuning into RFD for the past few weeks and not getting anything.
Well, there's some big news about second edition, too. Some cards just went recently up on Decipher.com.
I'm sure everybody knows this by now, but just in case, this week on...
For those of you that listen to RFD and don't go to Decipher.com.
Yeah, who would that be? But anyway, on Tuesday, I believe it was, we put up 6 cards from the second edition. These are still in the development process. They're not complete. The artwork and the gameplay are not final, but they give you a good idea of the general look and feel of the game, which seems to have been mostly positively received so far.
Very good.
Which is good for us. We have been making tons and tons of revisions. In fact, on Wednesday we finished writing lore and subtitles, at least getting a draft of that on all the cards. And Thursday we began this massive review process where we're like going back into all the gameplay and analyzing it as much as we can as though we were seeing it for the first time, because we wrote a lot of cards about, months ago and iterations of rules ago, and the cards haven't changed as the rules have changed, and so things kind of need to be done again.
Sure.
And it's been pain. In fact, this morning, Brad and I, we spent the morning basically rewriting the battle rules completely from the ground up again for, I think, the 4th time. They're just complete lube, so... That's something new. What else? People have actually had a lot of questions about costs of cards. Like they saw the Galaxy was like a 5, and we're kind of freaking out about that. So I'll let you know. You no longer spend just 5 in a turn. You now spend 7. So hopefully that will shed some light onto how the Galaxy can cost 5.
Still, ships are pretty expensive.
Yeah, ships are costly, that's for sure, and that's in part to make it more difficult to put an armada together, among other reasons. But basically, for those who are wondering, if this is the Galaxy, what about the Sovereign? What about the, this, that, and the other? There are still places to go higher, 6 and 7. So there you go. What else can I tell you?
As you can see, this has been well scripted.
Yes, this has been well scripted. Well, the thing is, we've been in this room and looking at cards. I mean, yesterday afternoon we completely reworked through all of the Bajoran material. This morning we looked at the Cardassian material.
And you gotta, everyone out there listening, you gotta realize that this is a major undertaking, because this isn't even just a 365 card set like Lord of the Rings. This is like a 400 plus.
400 plus. This is the largest. There are many distinctions at work here. This is the largest set that Decipher has ever produced for any game. This will actually come very close to being the largest number of Star Trek cards that have ever been released in a calendar year, because the motion pictures added to this will carry it up into this sort of nearly 600 range, which we've only come close to the year that we did Voyager and the Borg and Holodeck Adventures, so that's large. The fact that our art department is having to do both 365 Two Towers images and then turn around and do 400 plus Star Trek images all in the span of a couple months, this is very hard on them, so this is just a mammoth effort for us. For those who are worried about the difficulty of collecting a 400 card set, good news for you is a lot of these cards are going to be fixed to starter decks, not randomized. There will be different flavors of starter decks, which I don't know if we can get into too much yet, but basically it will be like collecting a 363 card set, and the overage will be our gift to you with purchase of starter decks. So that's kind of how that will work.
Very well spoken.
So yeah, that's some new information.
Well, it sounds very Airwolf.
Also, yeah, thank you. Also, I mean, check out the boards. We've been trying to be a little more active there in the last couple days since we put the cards up, and people have asked some questions on the BBS, and we've tried to answer them when time allows, but we're very busy. Somebody posted, thank you for giving up your free time to post here, and I'm thinking, free time? What's that? What's this time you speak of? So anyway. Yeah,
well,
hope you enjoy.
It sounds really good, and I know it looks really good. I've got to see some of the other stuff downstairs. I was kind of bummed that we didn't show the Romulan.
Yeah, the Romulan template is very cool.
Ooh, that's the good one.
But yeah, and also those of you who are saying, good job, designer, that's nice. Make sure you give credit to the art team, though. If you're talking about how good you think the cards look, then that goes entirely to the art team, and we had nothing to do with that other than to say, yeah, that's good. And how about a big box here where there's enough space for 7 lines of text instead of 3. So, that was our contribution, which was minuscule. Good stuff. So, all right. So before we close out the broadcast, let's do that Two Towers spoiler.
Oh, all right. Snap. Here we go.
All right. What do you got for us this week?
We have a Gandalf culture card.
Is this the first Gandalf culture that has been spoiled thus far?
Oh, no.
No?
Something from every culture has been spoiled now, except I think...
I'm behind the times.
We haven't shown either any ring thing yet.
Okay.
So there are 2 rings in the set, and we haven't really announced what either of them are. And I don't think we've shown any sights yet. Okay. However, that will... Actually, no, that changed today.
Okay.
Today some sights went out. So.
Well, see, I'm in a cave that is lined with Star Trek.
That's right.
So I don't know.
That's
but
right.
Gandalf.
So Gandalf, here we go. It is Gandalf's staff. It's unique, and it has a subtitle, so as to differentiate it from the other Gandalf
the previous
staff.
Gandalf staff. Okay.
It is, once again, unique, Gandalf's staff, and the subtitle is Walking Stick.
Okay.
It has a, let me peel the little piece of paper back. It has a 2 Twilight cost.
Okay.
It is an artifact staff, so it's got the little yellow to it, so it's kind of cool. And the picture of it looks like Gandalf's about to whack me on the head. So I don't know what that means, but it's got Gandalf in there, and he's
he's playing whack-a-mole with you.
Yeah, he's looking threatening toward me. So
all right. I just heard the Goblin guys from Warcraft 3 go, "Are you threatening me?" Anyway,
the staff gives Gandalf a +1 vitality.
Okay.
And says bearer must be Gandalf.
Imagine.
Yeah. While you can spot 2 Twilight tokens, Gandalf is damage +2.
Wow.
Pretty strong.
Okay.
Then the flavor text says, let me get the paper up closer here because it's really small. The staff in the hand of a wizard may be more than a prop for age.
Okay.
So now this is a really cool card for all of those Trust Me decks that are out there right now because it's all about Gandalf winning skirmishes. Well, Gandalf wins skirmishes with this one big time because he's likely to take out most minions because he's damage +2. So very cool stuff. So.
All right. Nice spoiler.
One more thing.
Yeah.
The collector's number is 4R91, so it is a rare.
Do we have finalized rarity numbers?
Yes, we do.
This would be new since the last time we did spoilers
No,
on
actually,
RFD.
it is new since last week, but I have gone back on the message boards and various
filled
places
in the blanks
and filled in all of the
You're
rarities
so
for all of
kind.
the old cards. So
for all the list makers.
Yeah, if you go on the Lord of the Rings, Everything Else message board right now, there was a post that I had yesterday, or no, 2 days ago on Wednesday, that basically filled in all the missing pieces of lore and card numbers and all that kind of stuff. So it's all in there.
Very cool.
Yup.
Okay, well,
enjoy that spoiler and enjoy your weekend.
That was very long RFD.
Was it?
Yeah, like half an hour.
Good stuff.
All right.
Well, there was lots of cool information about DecipherCon
Okay.
and that league kit, man. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, me too. All right. Well, have a good time, everyone. Bye.